Always involved in the church, and the church is a very big part of my life growing up. In fact, I worked at the church gym there for many years and played softball, basketball, volleyball, something virtually every night.
I've known Jesse since I was fourth grade, so I've known him for a long time, and he was in college at that time. So I always knew him as someone fun to play with, because back when I was in elementary, middle school, First Baptist had a gym. So we'd play kickball, pool, ping pong, all that stuff. So Jesse was just always known as, to me, as a fun guy, someone who was patient with kids and just loved athletics and such.
I was always involved with Jesse from the late 80s. He was always there and present in our lives when we were younger than him. He always coordinated Bible studies, he coordinated softball, he coordinated basketball. But what impressed me most about Jesse was his consistency in doing all of these things. And he didn't do them just to be the coordinator, just to be active. He did it so that he could be there to encourage other people, and he enjoyed being around other people.
So Jesse finally gets married after 50 years, and a couple of years into the marriage, Cindy had taught him how to play tennis. He was starting to pick up a new sport, and then it seems like just out of nowhere, his kidneys started failing again.
Everything went well till I got about 26, started having kidney problems and had a kidney transplant. Got a kidney from my sister, and everything went well from there. That kidney lasted 28 years, and well, I knew it wouldn't last forever. I knew the same thing that affected the first kidney would affect the transplanted kidney also.
When we first got married, he wasn't really experiencing these health issues. In the fall of 2013, some things started cropping up, some things started happening. We knew that his kidneys were not functioning well. Officially, I think he went on the transplant list for August the 1st.
And one time we got a call early on, like in November of 14, really quick. I was surprised. Well, this time I forgot to say I'm getting the kidney and the pancreas. So it's a bigger deal, a much bigger, more major surgery.
And I remember getting the text from Cindy saying, he's got an hour, he's got to be there, pray, and then didn't happen. Something came back at the last second, and then happened again, and then finally on the third time, he gets the kidney and the pancreas at the same time. After that happened, everything was going well, and then, so he's no longer diabetic, which is so cool, but the diabetes had already done a lot of damage to his feet, and so 1 foot at a time got amputated.
During that time, I had developed a couple of small sores on each foot, and they slowly got worse, continually going to doctors, had to amputate. When we decided, which was hard, tough decision there, as soon as we made the decision, I called the doctor and said, how soon can you do it? I don't want to wait, it's right there close to Christmas. So this amputation was December 22nd of 15. So that's my Christmas amputation. Next story is the Easter amputation here. This foot was not looking good. The sore had gotten bigger and deeper. It was infected to the bone. Just had a pity party for a weekend, for a few days. Just, am I going to make it? What am I going to do with no legs? I could have got away with amputating the big toe on the right foot, but I knew eventually we'd have to take the whole foot. So we went ahead and made a tough decision, and the doctors kind of agreed with us that it'd be better to do it all at one time. But I definitely relied on the scripture to get me through a lot of it. One thing, I was talking about when I went through the kind of the pity party deal, scripture in Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious for everything, but in everything give thanks, and think on things that are pure, lovely, admirable, whatever, think good thoughts, so that really settled me down not to worry so much about what's going to happen in the future. God's got it in control, and He'll take care of it. Try to be positive and laugh a little. I think that's a big part of getting better. Having a good time. I don't step on my toes. I don't have a leg to stand on. And all the foot jokes, I love them. So well, in the future, I should have this leg, the new prosthetic, by the end of June, the 1st of July. That's what we're hoping for that. And it'll take a little bit longer to walk than it did on the first one with one prosthetic, one real foot. There'll be it'll be tougher. It'll be more of a challenge, but you know, I've seen videos and talked to people who've done well with it. You know, and I expect to get back on the tennis court and try it anyway. You know, I may not move much, but stand in one spot and hit it if it comes to me. You know, a greater miracle. I've had some physical issues and miracles. You know, I've had a couple of kidney transplants and a pancreas in there, but a greater miracle than the physical miracles is the miracle of Jesus Christ coming to your heart, a changed life. A person living a selfish life is now living a selfless life and a God-centered, Spirit-filled life. That's a bigger miracle to me.
For Jesse Embry.